Hello everyone, this is Tim making a little video here at the inspiration of my dear friend Number of Things. In the past, when making videos, everything was scripted. This is the first time of doing something unscripted, so this is the real me, doctor. Of course, the only doctor in HEX is the hexologist, so maybe he'll have to examine me and find out why I'm so crazy. But really, it's cool to be part of HEX and to just be a part of an awesome program that works. It works well, and to be part of the network and part of the community and just all that comes with that. If it isn't obvious, I'm out taking a walk here where I live in Arizona, and it's nice and sunny, a little cool. It's good. It's good for this time of year. And anyway, just to give the casual observer or viewer a little bit of background on me. I first became acquainted with Bitcoin in 2011, and then the same person who introduced me to Bitcoin also introduced me to Richard Hart in the spring of 2017, and immediately connected with Richard as a person, really appreciated his material, watched all of his videos, contacted him and just told him how much I appreciated his input to the space, and have been pretty much keeping up with everything going on in his world ever since. So I knew about HEX from the day he first started talking about it, and just patiently waited for it to launch. And the thing that really made Bitcoin such an awesome thing when first learning about it was the prospect of being part of a network that was creating value. Money was a subject of study for several years prior to finding Bitcoin, so it rang with me instantly. And upon hearing about it, the first thing I did was look it up online and read the white paper, and that was what introduced me to the networking aspect of it. Unfortunately, the honeymoon was soon over because I found out that I didn't have the hardware necessary to operate as a miner, which, according to the white paper, a node and a miner were essentially the same thing at first, but as the mining became more difficult, eventually it started to become centralized when ASICs were introduced, and that pretty much cinched the deal for me that I would not be becoming a miner anytime ever. So even though I still love the concept, the fact that I couldn't really participate on the level that I desired just kind of stifled the enthusiasm to promote it to the degree that I had preferred to. So Ethereum came along later, and again, I was really excited about Ethereum, but because the launch kept getting delayed after delay after delay, it kind of turned me off of crypto altogether for a while. I mean, I still held my bags and still bought stuff on Coinbase, but just it was just another thing. It wasn't a force to be reckoned with. But then a friend of mine who is a no-coiner, of all things, sent me a link to a video that he had called The Rise and Rise of Bitcoin. And in that movie, there is a person in there by the name of Eric Voorhees who talks about something called the separation of money and state. And that was the thing that really was the spark that really made the whole crypto space something substantial. And from there, in 2016, a couple years later, somebody had contacted me on Twitter with a lead to a platform called Steemit. And that was a real breakthrough because for the first time, I saw a real world use case for cryptocurrency other than speculating. Fact is, speculating wasn't something that I was really into. I just didn't connect with it. But social media was something that I was into. I've always been a big fan of it ever since it became available. So Steemit was a big catalyst for me getting involved in the space. Got an account and was pretty much just doing what I could. And then Richard started talking about HEX. And I knew from the beginning that HEX was going to be the thing that will really make cryptocurrency a force to be reckoned with, because of the fact that interest is part of the program. And that was my desire for years, was to simply earn interest on my Bitcoin holdings. And as Richard has talked about on numerous occasions, pardon the car coming up, as Richard has mentioned on numerous occasions, the only way you can earn interest on Bitcoin is to give it to somebody who's going to gamble with it, and maybe they'll give you a return. And I ended up trusting a couple different people running operations like that, and the returns were not worth talking about any further. So, according to the United States Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, it lists the powers of the Congress. And one of those powers is to coin money and regulate the value thereof. And when I studied the Constitution thoroughly at a younger age, it occurred to me that the reason Congress has this power is because Congress is made up of people who represent me. And if they're allowed to do it, it's because I give them authorization to do it, because I'm allowed to do that. So if people are allowed to coin their own money and regulate the value thereof, how does one make their money more acceptable than somebody else's? Well, that's where interest comes in. If you give away your money for free in the form of interest, you create an incentive for other people to use it to conduct their business. So interest isn't so much about gains as it is about creating demand. And that's really the main reason that I'm so excited about HEX, is because since it does pay interest, it has a mechanism to generate demand. And I'm looking forward to being a part of that generation. It's really exciting. I live, eat, sleep, breathe HEX 24 hours a day practically. So, and people notice that. There's been a few people in my immediate sphere that have said, hey, I want to get in on this, and I set them up, show them how to set up MetaMask, and gave them ref links and all that. So it's it's really exciting, and I'm looking forward to doing more videos and sharing some more information about my own experience and what's happening in the space and all of that good stuff. So until then, everybody enjoy your day, and I will talk to you at the appointed time.